What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mellon. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, October 8th, 2015, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. A young model has filed a lawsuit alleging comedian Bill Cosby sexually assaulted her at the Playboy Mansion in 2008. Chloe Goins, 25, filed a civil suit with the Los Angeles Federal Court Tuesday, claiming the 78-year-old comedian slipped her drugs before stripping her naked and subjecting her to a sexual situation. According to the Los Angeles Times, Goins woke to find Cosby masturbating while biting her toes. Evidence previously collected by the Los Angeles Police Department, to whom Goins reported the incident in January, has been turning over for review by county prosecutors after it was presented to them last week, People magazine reported. Goins said outside the LAPD headquarters Tuesday, "Your experience is just like mine and mine just like yours," referring to a group of about 40 other women who have accused Cosby of such conduct. "This has been going on long enough. It's time Bill Cosby was held accountable for his actions." The model's attorney, Spencer Cuban, told the reporters his client was a teenager at the time of the 2008 incident. She was born in 1990. Goins' case is one of the few that fall within the California statute of limitations, which could be up to 10 years after the crime. The news comes shortly after 3 more women accused Cosby of sexual assault. Lisa Christie, Pamela Abeyta, and Sharon Van Eert came forward last week to recount their experience. The comedian is scheduled to be deposed on October 9th by attorney Gloria Aldred for a case involving Judy Huth. During his last deposition in 2005, Cosby admitted to giving Quaaludes, a synthetic depressant, to women before sex. Ned Gordon, ex-boyfriend of the late Bobby Christina Brown, could face criminal charges in wake of her death. People magazine and Us Weekly both reported a Georgian grand jury has convened to discuss possible murder charges against the 25-year-old. Gordon allegedly mixed a toxic cocktail which led to Brown's becoming unresponsive and hospitalized on life support. According to the allegations, Gordon will be charged as a criminal very soon. Gordon is currently the defendant in a civil suit filed by Brown's conservator, Bedelia Hargrove, who is seeking nearly $10 million in damages. Among several allegations, he is accused of beating the 22-year-old before she was reported in need of emergency care. The official cause of Brown's death is still being held under court-ordered seal. The young celebrity had been hospitalized and unresponsive since being found face down in a bathtub in January. The event prompted a whirlwind of media speculation and familiar strife between Gordon and Bobby Christina Brown's father, Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown said in the premiere episode of The Real last month, "We prayed and hoped for 6 months, but when God calls you, he calls you." I'm pretty sure her mother was. Straight Outta Compton director F. Gary Gray has entered exclusive talks with Universal to direct Fast and Furious 8, according to reports. The Hollywood Reporter first broke the news Monday, stating that Gray told the studio he is ready to start negotiations for a deal to direct the blockbuster series. Gray was reportedly chosen over directors such as Louis Leterrier, Adam Wingard, and William Eubank. The search for a new director took place after Furious 7 helmer James Wan decided not to return. Actor and producer Vin Diesel took to Facebook in September that he had not signed off on a new director, but that he would announce his top choices in a later post. On Monday, Diesel seemingly confirmed reports and stayed true to his promise when he posted a photo of himself sitting down with Gray in front of numerous Fast and Furious images. Gray is coming off directing the box office smash Straight Outta Compton for Universal and has worked with Diesel before in the 2003 action drama A Man Apart. Fast and Furious is set to release in theaters on April 14, 2017. Albuquerque, New Mexico. A petition urging the cast of 20th Century Fox's Maze Runner: The Scorched Trials to apologize and return stolen Native American artifacts is close to reaching 45,000 signatures. Launched by Mavi Cunningham, the Care To petition was set in motion on behalf of the Pueblo people after actor Dylan O'Brien revealed cast members at the film's New Mexico set took objects from burial grounds, despite being explicitly asked not to do so. After various artifacts were taken from the site, which has not been used as a film location before, 24, Brian told hosts Live with Kelly and Michael several setbacks began taking place on the set, especially illness and injury, which has been blamed on a curse. The actor said in the September 15th interview, they said basically don't take anything and respect the grounds. About the caretakers of a ranch near Pasitas, New Mexico. They were very strict about littering and said don't take any artifacts, rocks, skulls, anything like that. Everyone just takes stuff, obviously. The 24-year-old actor initially caused a chuckle among hosts and audience members as he claimed to be among those who sold objects. Others, however, were angry by the cast's disregard. Petition writer Cunningham said, while O'Brien plays it for laughs, talking about bringing a Native American curse on cast, his flip treatment of the crew's actions is outrageous. She said an apology would make a good statement about how to treat other people, including Native Americans, and stress that someone's culture isn't a joke. It would make me even a bigger fan of O'Brien if he apologizes. Rumbling of a curse, Cunningham asserts it's an additional part of the prejudice Native Americans already experience. She says, that's just more mocking of the Native American culture. James Bond fans hoping that Daniel Craig will reprise his role as 007 after Spectrum hits theaters in November will be crying into their martinis as the actor says he would rather kill himself. When asked if he can imagine doing another Bond movie, the 47-year-old Craig told Time Out London, I'd rather break this glass and slit my wrist. I'm over it at the moment. We're done. All I want to do is move on, he says. For at least a year or two, I just don't want to think about it. I don't know what the next step is. I have no idea. Who the fuck knows? As for whether he is moving on for good or might return in the future, the English actor says, if I did another Bond movie, it would be for the money. There has been much debate about who will take over as Ian Fleming's 007, with Idris Elba having been hotly touted as potentially becoming the first black Bond, and Homeland star Damian Lewis reportedly having been given an unofficial nod. However, Craig says he hasn't thought about his successor. He told Time Out, I don't give a fuck. Good luck to them. All I care about is if I stop doing these things, we've left it in a good place and people pick it up and make it better. If an actor came to him for advice, he would tell him simply, don't be shit, Craig said. Go for it, embrace it, just make sure you're great. You've got to push yourself as far as you can. It's worth it. It's James Bond. Spectrum will be Craig's fourth Bond film after Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. The latter made $1.1 billion worldwide, becoming the first film in the franchise to cross the billion-dollar barrier. The film hits theaters November 6th and stars Christoph Waltz, Naomi Harris, Ralph Fiennes, Ben Whishaw, and Léa Seydoux. Jennifer Garner and husband Ben Affleck are reportedly seeking to sell their family home. Real estate sources told Variety the estranged couple has been quietly putting their Pacific Palisades, California mansion on the market for $45 million. Garner and Affleck bought the ranch-style house for $17.55 million from producer Brian Grazer in 2009. The pair made extensive renovations to the 1930s property, which boasted 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms at the time of purchase. The home overlooks Sullivan Canyon and features a subterranean guest house with 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and an entertainment lounge. Garner and Affleck confirmed their intent to divorce in June, although neither actor has filed to end the marriage. The couple wed in 2005 and are the parents of 3 children, 9-year-old daughter Violet, 6-year-old daughter Safrina, and 3-year-old son Samuel. Words the pair plan to sell their homes comes amidst dubious rumors Garner is pregnant with their 4th child. Fans went crazy this week when the actress was spotted in a loose-fitting top after spending the previous day with Affleck and their children. Carey Mulligan and husband rocker Marcus Mudford recently welcomed their first child. Sources confirmed the news to media outlets this week after the 30-year-old English actress returned to the red carpet at the BFI London Film Festival on Wednesday. An insider told E! News Carey has given birth to a healthy and happy baby. She's just enjoying this time with her family and close friends. Another source told Us Weekly magazine the baby is healthy. They have been loving being parents, and their friends and families are thrilled. Mulligan wore a loose top and skirt with intricate embroidery to promote her new film Suffragette at the festival. The movie centers on the British women's suffrage movement of the 1800s and early 1900s and co-star Helena Bonham Carter and Meryl Streep. The actress and Mudford have known each other since childhood and married in April 2012. Mulligan most recently starred in an adaptation of Far from the Madding Crowd with Mathis Schoenaerts, while Mudford last released Wilder Mind with Mumford and Sons. Also, congratulations to Kelly Giddish and husband Lawrence Fallburn, welcoming their first child this week. The 35-year-old actress and Fallburn celebrated son Ludo's birth with Giddish's Law & Order SVU co-star Ice-T on Tuesday. The 57-year-old actor shared a photo of the new mom and baby with his wife Coco Austin on Twitter. He captioned the picture at the hospital with the newest SVU member, Ludo. Congrats at the Kelly Giddish and Larry. Fallburn posted up by several snapshots of his son on Instagram, including a photo of himself and Ludo with the family dog Fran. Hashtag find Fran, hashtag Fran and the fellas, hashtag home sweet home, hashtag baby Ludo, he wrote. Law & Order's SVU showrunner Warren Late have confirmed Giddish's marriage and pregnancy in July. The couple secretly wed in New Smyrna Beach, Florida in June, and reportedly enjoyed amazing weather and privacy of the ceremony. Giddish and Ice-T portrayed Detective Amanda Rollins and Detective Ofalin Tutulola, respectively, on the NBC police drama, which airs Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The actor and Austin are expecting their first child, although the 36-year-old television personality is barely shown. BBC America is marking the 40th anniversary of the global tour of the original Rocky Horror Picture Show by broadcasting a new 2-hour gala performance of the cult classic. To air October 18th, the program at London's Playhouse Theatre features original show creator Richard O'Brien as the narrator, as well as guest narrators Stephen Fry, Anthony Head, Adrian Edmondson, Emma Bunton, and Mel Giedrick. An encore midnight screening of the show will also feature a full-day Doctor Who Halloween programming on October 31st. Sarah Burnett, the network's president and general manager, said in a statement, "The Rocky Horror Picture Show is a piece of our collective pop culture consciousness. Daring, funny, and fun, unabashed, and wildly entertaining, we think this brilliant new version of Rocky Horror will be embraced by our fans in the lead up to Halloween." O'Brien said, "I'm still in awe at the popularity of the show. I wrote something I thought I might like to go see, and it's now lived successfully for more than 40 years in theaters around the world. Jumping on stage to bring the original show back to life has been an amazing experience. I hope audiences continue to have as much fun with it as I am." The science fiction tinged rock and roll musical was adapted as a 1975 film, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, starring O'Brien in the role of Riff Raff, Susan Sarandon as Janet, Barry Boswick as Brad, and Tim Curry as Dr. Frankenfurter. The soundtrack featured the fan favorites The Time Warp, Sweet Transvestite, and Damn It, Jeanette. Midnight screening of the movie, for which audience members dress as Rocky Horror characters and recite well-known lines of dialogue, remained popular decades after its release. Actor Randy Quaid has been arrested in Montreal for the second time this year by Canada Border Service Agency agents, according to reports. CBC News first reported on the arrest that took place Tuesday morning after the vacation star arrived for his required routine check-in stemming from his first 2015 arrest. Immigration and Refuge Board officials have not stated the reason for his latest arrest. The actor's wife, Eva, told CBC the arrest was a surprise and was not explained to either of them. On Thursday, the actor will attend hearing with the Immigration and Refugee Board. The couple fled to Canada in 2010 after claiming they were targeted in a plot to kill Hollywood stars. Quaid was first arrested in April following an investigation by the CBSA. He was later released on bond and pleaded with Canadian officials in courts to allow him to stay with his wife. Quaid told the court at the time, "At this point, I desire nothing more than to fully cooperate with any restrictions or conditions, as long as I could be with my wife, even if that means going back to the States to reapply for permanent residency status in Canada." It was announced that Jennifer Lopez is to host and perform at the 2015 American Music Awards ceremonies in Los Angeles next month, Dick Clark Productions announced Wednesday. The star-studded event will be televised on ABC live from the Microsoft Theater on November 22nd. A news release said the show will feature the hottest performances from today's biggest artists and present fan favorite awards in the categories of pop rock, country, rap, hip-hop, soul, R&B, alternative rock, adult contemporary, Latin, contemporary inspirational, electronic dance music, as well as the categories for New Artist of the Year presented by Coles, Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, and Top Soundtrack. Nominations for 6 of the prizes are to be announced by musician Joe Jonas and Charlie Puth on Tuesday's edition of Good Morning America. Immediately following the GMA broadcast, 5 additional categories will be revealed exclusively via Snapchat, the AMAs in real time. Lopez, 46, will begin headlining All I Have, her new stage show at the Axis at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino in Las Vegas in January. Christina Aguilera, Adam Levine, Blake Shelton, and Pharrell Williams will be the season 10 coaches on the musical competition series The Voice, NBC confirmed. Fresh episodes of the show are to begin airing in February. Paul Tedgley, the president of Late Night and Alternative Programming for NBC Entertainment, said in a statement Wednesday, the coaches on The Voice continue to bring incredible energy, unrivaled musical expertise, and a want-to-win attitude that makes for the perfect ingredients of a two-time Emmy-winning show. He also added, we can't wait to see what season 10 will bring. Shania Twain has canceled and will not reschedule 2 New England tour dates from her Rock This Country tour due to illness. According to a notification posted on Twain's Facebook page Tuesday, her shows at the Verizon Wireless Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire on October 6th and the Times Union Center in Albany, New York on October 7th will not go on since doctors advised the singers to spend several days resting from a respiratory infection. The Post read, the concert dates are unable to be rescheduled due to Shania Twain's current touring schedule. All tickets, which range from $43 to $133 from the Albany shows, will be fully refunded, and the tour will resume Friday, October 9th in Canada. Fans expressed sympathy for Twain in the Facebook post comment sections, although many have traveled long distances to see the star and demand makeup dates. One commenter said she flew from Norway to see the 50-year-old singer and songwriter, prompting over 20 replies from more sympathizers. The Rock This Country tour is Twain's first tour in 11 years and last of her career. She said in March, I feel like I'm ready to hang my hat up in that regard. I just really want to go out with a bang. Nicki Minaj is not sorry for publicly confronting fellow singer Miley Cyrus over previous comments dubbing the rapper not very polite. The hip-hop artist explained in length her fighting words uttered at this year's MTV Video Music Awards in an interview with the New York Times published Wednesday. Critiquing Cyrus through the newspaper, Minaj said the recent VMA host must have some big balls for being upset about her speaking on something that affects black women. She says, you're in videos with black men and you're bringing out black women on your stages, but you don't want to know how black women feel about something that's so important. Come on, you can't want the good without the bad. If you want to enjoy our culture, our lifestyle, bound with us, dance with us, have fun with us, twerk with us, rap with us, then you should also want to know what affects us, what is bothering us, what we feel is unfair to us. You should not want to know that. Minaj's new comments comes after a 3-chapter feud between her and Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. The feud took a turn for the worse during the August award show when the Trinity Them Girls rapper sharply challenged the latter star on stage after receiving the accolade for Best Hip Hop Video. Minaj said after being handed the VMA Moon Man in hand, this bitch had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good? The saga began before the actual event when Minaj's sultry Anaconda video was omitted from being nominated in the Best Music Video category. The disappointed rapper tweeted a series of messages claiming the industry celebrates slim women and regards them accordingly. She wrote at the time, if I was a different kind of artist, Anaconda would be nominated. Black women influence pop culture so much but are rarely rewarded for it. Swift, who was nominated for the top VMA awards and ultimately won, replied to the attack as if she was being personally attacked. I've done nothing but support and love you. So, Swift wrote at the time, it's unlike you to pit women against each other. Maybe one of the men took your slot. After facing a title backlash of social media backlash, Swift called her colleague and apologized for misunderstanding the greater issue her contemporary was speaking of. The two female entertainment powerhouses ultimately performed together at the VMAs to bury any leftover animosity. Before stepping onto the VMA stage as host, Cyrus injected herself into the feud, telling the Times she felt Minaj's comments to Swift were angry and lacked an open heart, thus prompting the eclectic star to disregard Minaj's point of view. Nicki Minaj is not too kind, Cyrus said. Pop star Justin Bieber has added another tattoo to his body that honors his upcoming album Purpose. The 21-year-old revealed the new ink on Instagram Tuesday with a shirtless selfie that also showed off his abs. The word Purpose can be seen in black above the star's navel in the photo that has already garnered close to 800,000 likes. #Purpose, Bieber wrote reference to the title of his new album Purpose, which is slated for release on November 13th. Legendary musician Stevie Wonder has finalized his divorce from second wife Callie Millard Morris and will be expected to pay $25,000 a month in child support. According to divorce papers obtained by People, the divorce was made official by a Los Angeles judge on Monday after they filed for divorce back in 2012. Wonder and Morris will be sharing custody of their two sons, Kaylin Morris and Melanda Kadeje Carl Stevelyn Morris, age 14 and 10, while the Grammy Award winner will be taking care of the child support expenses. From their 2012 filing, a rep confirmed to E! News at the time, today Stevelyn Morris filed for divorce, ending his marriage to Kalai Millard Morris. At this is a private and personal matter. He asks that the public and the media kindly respect the privacy of Kai, his children, and family at this time. Stevie Wonder, real name Steveland Hardaway Morris, has nine children from 5 different women. Wonder welcomed the youngest child, Nia, in December 2014 with girlfriend Tamika Robin Bracey, with whom he is still currently dating. Jay-Z and Beyonce have now set their sights on the French retailer 11 Paris for using their names, lyrics, and faces on articles of clothing. The power couple has teamed up with fellow musician megastars Kanye West, Pharrell Williams, and Rihanna to file a formal complaint against the fashion company for selling shirts, hats, and phone cases featuring their likeness without permission. The music group filed the lawsuit in New York federal court Tuesday after 11 Paris ignored the singer's warnings to cease sales of the merchandise, including inside a store location in Manhattan's Soho district. The complaint accused 11 Paris of being habitual, willful intellectual property infringers that, without authorization, usurp the trademarks, copyrights, and other rights of A-list celebrities. Some of the merchandise in questions includes T-shirts bearing the singer's faces with phrases such as Kanye's my homie and Pharrell's my brother. The lawsuit contains 58 claims in total, including violations of publicity rights, trademark infringements, and unfair competition. While Jay-Z and Beyonce take the retailer to court, they will also be preparing for their titled charity concert featuring Prince, Nicki Minaj, Usher, Lil Wayne, and more to take place on October 20th in Brooklyn. British pop group The Cure have announced a North American tour for 2016. British goth rock band revealed the news on their website and social media Tuesday. The tour will kick off May 22nd at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles before playing June 10th at the UIC Pavilion in Chicago and June 18th at Madison Square Garden in New York. The remaining dates will be announced in January. Scottish post-punk band The Twilight Sad will accompany the band on tour with pre-sales for the LA, Chicago, New York shows to begin October 7th. The forthcoming endeavor will be The Cure's first extensive tour since their 4-play world tour in 2007 and 2008. Frontman Robert Smith formed The Cure in 1976 and have released 13 studio albums with the band. The group last debuted 413 Dream in 2008, and Smith covered the Twilight Sad song There's a Girl in the Corner in May. In a passing to report, Gail Zappa, the widow of rock legend Frank Zappa, died on Wednesday. She was 70. Gail was born Adelaide Gail Slopeman and married the famed experimental rock musician at the age of 22 in 1967. The couple had 4 children together, Unit, Dweezil, Ahmed, and Diva, as Gail dedicated her time to her family and profession, running all of Zappa's enterprises and acting as guardian to her husband's legacy after his death in 1993. As such, she advocated for clear definitions of intellectual property and copyright laws for all artists while seeking to protect her husband's legacy as one of America's greatest composers and musicians. According to a statement from the Zappa Family Trust issued Wednesday, Gail passed away surrounded by her children. They described her as motivated by love in all aspects of her life, kept her authenticity intact, unbowed, and simply put, was one badass in the music business and political world. The statement also read, while she conducted intricate legal negotiations with corporations as Grand Dame of the Zappa Family Trust, she never failed to impart in the sense of humor that was part and parcel of her indomitable and formidable personality. Gail and Frank met following a tour in support of his groundbreaking 1966 debut album, Freak Out. He's been reportedly saying that he fell in love within a couple of minutes. She moved into his Laurel Canyon house, a haven for Los Angeles musicians at the time, and the next year they were married. Like her husband, Gail is regarded as a key figure of Los Angeles' richy, creative Laurel Canyon scene. And as I took a look at the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for for the week of October 17th, 2015. Number 10, Good For You by Selena Gomez, featuring A$AP Rocky. Number 9, Stitches by Shawn Mendes. Number 8, Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. Number 7, Watch Me by Silento. Number 6, Locked Away by Our City featuring Adam Levine. Number 5, 679, Fetty Wap featuring the Remy Boys. Number 4, Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. Number 3, Hotline Bling by Drake. Number 2, What Do You Mean by Justin Bieber. And the number 1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of October 17th is The Hills by The Weeknd. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1957, Jerry Lee Lewis was not only the early rock. Jerry Lee Lewis records Great Balls of Fire in Memphis, Tennessee. Lewis was not the only early rock and roller from a strict Christian background who struggled to reconcile his religious beliefs with the moral implications of the music he created. He may have been the only one to have one of his religious cries caught on tape. However, in between takes on one of his legendary hit song, it was on October 8, 1957 that the Bible school dropout Jerry Lee Lewis laid down the definitive version of Great Balls of Fire, amidst a losing battle with his conscience and with the legendary Sam Phillips, head of Sun Records. Jerry Lee Lewis had first made his way to Sun Records in September 1956, hoping to catch his big break in the same Memphis recording studio where Elvis had caught his. The result of Lewis's first sessions in November 1956 was the minor hit Crazy Arms, but 6 months later, he and Phillips struck gold with a whole lot of shaking going on, a million-selling smash. Lewis's signature piano-pounding style and electric stage presence made him an instantaneous star, but stardom didn't quiet the doubts that his upbringing in the assemblies of God's church had given him about rock and roll. Those doubts would be on open display when he went back to the studio on this date in 1957. It was hours into the Great Balls of Fire session when Jerry Lee Lewis began arguing with Sam Phillips that the song was too sinful for him to record. As the two talked loudly over each other, Phillips pleaded with Lewis to believe that his music could actually be a force for moral good. Phillips said, "You can save souls." Lewis, No. Phillips, yes. How can the devil save souls? I got the devil in me. Jerry Lee somehow made peace with the conflict over the course of the next hour, becoming comfortably enough to begin making various unimprinted statements on his way to saying with enthusiasm, "You ready to cut it? You ready to go?" just before launching into the take that would soon become his second smash hit single. Jerry Lee Lewis's moral struggles would continue throughout a storied career that would never quite recover from the 1958 disclosure of his marriage to 13-year-old cousin. At the peak of his powers following Great Balls of Fire, however, he was in the figure as magnetic as any in rock and roll. As the producer Don Dixon would later say in an NPR interview, Little Richard was fun, Elvis was cool, but Jerry Lee Lewis was frightening. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, October 8th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the week, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio or your iHeart phone app. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.